We ran the red flag up and then we readied all our guns. No quarter would we give and in return expected none. We got off one good broadside but outnumbered 10 to 1. They took out half our crew and then our pirating was done. They took us back to London town under key and lock, and the hangman's noose was swinging at the execution dock. The captain turned and said to me, we had fine sailing, son. The voyage was over all too soon. Time flies when you're having rum. Time flies when you're having...
Okay, so this is for Lambdog. That is the portion of the song that I like about the red flag. You seem to be under the delusion that they killed all the British. They didn't kill all the British. They killed a lot of the British, and the British killed half of them. And that's when they had to stop pirating. And they got captured and got taken all the way back to London and then somehow escape and steal another boat. Yeah. Thought that was the fun part of the song. But I let's like dissect the lyrics a little bit, because like some of the stuff he says there about like they're exchanging broadsides and they're outnumbered 10 to 1. So they fired off their broadside of like 10 cannonballs, and the English Navy's response to that was 100 cannonballs. That's why their fight didn't last very long. I think it's our current situation. Church is just going fucking nuts over here. Sorry. I'm scratching his chin. Oh. It's like head's upside down and he's looking at me. It's like, oh yes, please. Please don't stop. Please don't stop. Our current situation with the federal government, though, is that they're the English Navy. They could just squash us. It's one of those, like, we should think about how do you fix such a thing. And personally, I don't know. I'm hoping at this point that the Russians soften them up for us. I think it would be way easier to do this if they didn't have some of the shit that they had. Like, that looks to be our future anyway. Like, I don't know how that works out. Seems our situation's fucking hopeless. Half the reason I do this little church. Half the reason I do this little show on the internet is just because it's, I don't know, it gives me hope. Gives you hope to nurture the hope that there is hope. It's a quote from Sean Connery in The Rock. Church, you getting that bitch ass cat in the mirror? He's like, look at the eyes. He's gonna end up turning the camera off. If he does, I'm just gonna end it. Nope. Okay. What were we talking about? Obviously, we're really high. Pirating. He's gonna end the fucking show, church. Oh, hey. Give you something to fight. He's just picking a fight with the camera. Yeah, in the pirate song, though, I can't do this with you doing that, church. Shoo. Sorry. It's too distracting for me. I'm too high for him to be doing that. Oh, you little motherfucker. Shoo. Seems like the pirates just accept their fate and keep going on. I think that's maybe what we should do. Just start making moves towards our new future. That's what I'm doing. Most of what I'm doing on this channel is the web gear I'm rigging out is kind of my survival gear. The van I'm rigging out is my like new home for the end of the fucking world, I guess. You know, run it until it dies and then get a new home. Something. But I want a thing on wheels that you could easily live out of. And like a minivan is kind of small for that, but I also want a drivable vehicle. So that's how we ended up there. Like most of this is honestly just I think things are going to get bad enough to where I'm going to be on my own. So I'm just, you know, planning to be really good at being on my own. Not to mention the fact that if I'm at some family thing or whatever, I'm going to want some place that's my own. That I can be myself, whatever. I'll probably go make a camp somewhere like a half a mile from where the family is, and that's where I live. Oh, they can come visit. Well, I'd have somebody at some watch station down the road anyway. Hopefully I'll have Blazer with me so I won't be alone. Because, like, Blazer and I could very comfortably live, like, 100 yards apart. We would almost never notice that the other one was there. And if we did, it would be because we were playing a game together or some shit. This is like the part when you find someone that you really, like, jive with. It's dope. Now, if Blazer was just a transgender woman, like, he's just not into that. So, it's nice to have a heterosexual, what's it called? A heterosexual male life partner. Something, I don't know, determine that. Like, where you're bros, but you're not, like, fucking each other. It's like that, but I'm a trans woman and he's a dude. So. I'm just increasingly worried about our world, and mostly because our leadership is shit. And I probably shouldn't say some of the crazy shit that I say on here, but I also kind of think that I have the right to say what I want to say. And, you know, I try not to openly threaten people on here. I fail at that sometimes. I don't know. I really do want to start a Muslim tranny motorcycle gang and like take over a large swath of America. I think that sounds like fun. Like, it's something to do. That's really where they've left a lot of us, is where they're like building this future without us. And those of us that are like, what happened to the 20th century? I guess. I'm not saying we should fucking, like, stay in the past, but the future that they want us to just leapfrog into is fucking ridiculous. It's nowhere anyone wants to go. Oh, we're going to be utopian. Well, that sounds like communism. I already think our current society is fucking totalitarian fucking dictatorship of some sort. I don't know who the rich fuck that runs this place is. It's like China, where there's like an illusion of an election. We have fake elections to give you a fucking puppet to watch while the real people make decisions. I think the sad truth of it is, our actual leadership in China and America, at least, has been some sort of AI computer for a bit now. I think we put the fucking bots in charge because we can't figure out what the right thing to do is, and we're going to rely on our technology, so we built some fucking thing. And like, we're basically walking into the Terminator future. We have drones, we have a Skynet. That's why I like feel like we're the Resistance or some shit now. Like, it's the humans versus the machines. It's at some point, I think. It's what it's going to be. Because all of these people that want this crazy sci-fi future, they also want to upload their consciousness into a fucking robot body and live forever as some sort of a god. To be honest, I hope they get their dream and that it's some sort of horrible nightmare. Because it's going to be. I couldn't imagine not having a physical body. Even if you could go control some machine for a bit, I doubt very much that would be the same. And then they would control your ability to control the machines. So there could be the ultimate fucking thing that they could do to you is just lock you in a computer and file it away. This is, in a nutshell, boys, why we are fucking terrorists now, I guess, or some shit. Like, if that's really your fucking plan for us, then I hope that Putin rains nuclear fire on you. Because I'm on Team Human Race. And it seems to be that might be Team Russia at this point. They seem like they might be more willing to fucking actually have human bodies still around than the fucking crazy people that are running us. I still put it to you that the people that run us are some sort of Satanist pedophile cabal. Fucking doing adrenochrome or some shit. I don't know why they do many of the things that they do, but I know that the end game is not good for any of us. And it seems that their end game is to have more and more control over our fucking lives. Like, I'm saying fuck them. I'm buying DVDs and a van and 10 acres of land and an axe. That's just so you know, I'm happy living in a fucking log cabin, shooting the shit with Blazer and watching old movies on DVD for the next 90 years. If we can get fucking satellite internet, great. If not, like, I don't know, we'll probably get more movies. Probably get like an old Xbox or something and a bunch of games for it. Something that doesn't use the internet. But yeah, that's my vision of this is kind of like Blazer and I are going to go be fucking 21st century mountain men kind of things. Like, imagine like a couple of one-room cabins and like a fucking giant bunker / game / whatever. My goal. With an attached blacksmith shop. Just say fuck all these people. This is the thing is with them unleashing Putin's nuclear fire, shit in this country is going to go so hard sideways. It's going to be hard to do that. This is where Blazer, if you're watching this, I think we should move to Alaska still. Maybe that gets spicy with Russia or whatever, but I bet you big money that if we just are out there on the fucking outskirts somewhere building a fucking little world for ourselves, even if the Russians took over Alaska, they'd probably just leave us alone. They'd probably take our guns. But to be honest, they'd probably leave us with bows and black powder and shit like that or something. We'd have some sort of way to sustain ourselves out there. Figure that out. have that shit or have other arms buried or something. Because, like, that's the danger of Alaska is the Russians are wanting to take it back. But to be honest, I don't know. Seems like America's going to have a real hard time. Seems like Alaska being taken over by Russia would be one of the bright spots to be in. Maybe. And this is some of this, like, if no one's going to do anything about our government, then it's every man for themselves. You should start building yourself a fucking lifeboat. I will say that it was sure easier to build fucking lifeboats back when our money was worth something, wasn't it? I spend roughly the same amount of money every couple of weeks on fucking preps. And it's insane the difference from like 2 years ago to now. Like, I honestly feel like half the reason I'm trying to get shit squared away and finished on multiple fronts is I think my ability to fucking prep is basically going away. Soon it won't be there. So it's like, what do you want finished? And, you know, I've got rifles squared away-ish. Moon Tiger still needs a lot of shit, but I'm actually putting that to the back burner again because I'd like to finish my web gear and my car. And, like, honestly, I can get bits of web gear cheap and have more money to spend on fucking other shit. And or fucking save up money to get a fucking roof rack. I keep going back and forth on the roof rack thing. Like, the one I want is like $500, but the one I'm gonna get's like $150, and I think it'll work just fine. I just need a place to throw shit into and bungee cord over it. I've got like a cargo net already, so I don't know. I figure I need the roof rack to mount the solar panel though, and I'm gonna do all that kind of one swath. And I need to do that before I do the inside shit so I know where the cable's going to go to the fucking solar rig. I don't know. I was really hoping Blazer was going to buy 7 acres of land because, like, that would answer a lot of questions for me. Because what he was talking about was buying 7 acres and only needing 5 of it. And at that point, I could fucking buy the fucking 2 acres from him. That's not very much money. Especially just under the table between him and I. Draw up some sort of contract between us or something like that. But, like, there's no reason to fucking do anything else about it. Half of my thing is I'm not going to have fucking heirs. So I'm cool with fucking Blazer inheriting all of my shit or Blazer's descendants inheriting all of my shit. Especially if I tell him specifically, hey, all of this is yours, but like the stuff in this one is like, that's my brother's or whatever. Like, I would trust them to do that. Blazer is a little younger than me and isn't fucking crazy. So he's probably going to live a little longer. I figure. As such, it's like I don't know. I don't want to build anything anywhere where he's not going to be at this point. That's like the sad reality of it is like you need at least a couple of people. Just first off, for like raising buildings and shit like that. 2 people, 3 people's better. You know, there's shit that you're gonna have to do that would be nice to have more manpower, but at the same time, like, how many people are gonna be willing to live out of their car for a year? Because that's basically what Blazer and I are talking about doing. Is we go car camping for like a year on the land, and every fucking minute that we have, we build shit. And like the goal is to have one fucking insulated structure with heat in it before winter. Like make it a bunkhouse or something. I don't know. I think this homesteading shit is fun. It's what I would want to do. As such, that's kind of where I'm making my moves. But at the same time, I wish we could fucking start shit with them. And like at that point, then well, homesteading seems not the thing to do. A lot of people don't get that the homesteading thing in like the 1800s, that was all of the veterans from the Civil War. North and South. They all just headed fucking west and started building new shit. Because in America, when shit goes bad for you, you go west, young man. So, there's going to be some big war, World War III, Civil War, maybe both at the same time. If America gets trashed in that, there's going to be a lot of land up for grabs, and it's going to be a whole new fucking thing again, I bet. Unless it's irradiated. I guess it depends on how irradiated it is, too, because there's like a big difference between the silos up in the Dakotas that are going to be radioactive for the next million years to like, you know, if they airburst over New York City, it should probably be habitable again within months. That's the thing nobody talks about. And this is, you know, why they would do it that way. Because, like, they don't want to fucking make the entire planet uninhabitable. In fact, they're going to limit the places that they do that. Although, I wouldn't put it past them to do a major ground strike with a large ICBM on New York City. Because that would kill so many fucking people. And the radioactive cloud of it would kill